From the CivilNet studios on Northern Avenue in Yerevan, this is the Armenian News Digest for Monday, October 21. I'm Maria Titizian.
And I'm Paul Chaderjian. In today's digest, a world-renowned economist advises Armenia to abolish the oligarchy.
Plus, machine gun fire at the line of contact and OSCE Minsk group response.
You'll be surprised about who's footing the bill to restore an ancient monastery in the mountains.
Later, repaving perfectly good streets in Yerevan.
We began this Monday morning with stern words over the weekend about nations ruled by a handful.
World-renowned economist Daron Acemoglu spoke via Skype at the Armenian Economic Association conference held on Saturday, October 19 at Yerevan State University. Acemoglu is one of the most cited economists in the world. His groundbreaking book, Why Nations Fail: The Origins of Power, Prosperity and Poverty, strives to answer the question why nations develop differently, with some succeeding to secure power and achieve prosperity while others fail. His groundbreaking work postulates that nations thrive when they develop inclusive political and economic institutions and fail when those institutions become extractive and concentrate power and opportunity in the hands of only a few.
That the problem that Armenia has is not geographic, it's not cultural, it's not geopolitical, it's political. It is about fixing its politics, making its politics much more responsive to the wishes of its citizens, so that through that political process, Armenia ceases to be an oligarchy, but becomes a society that provides much broader incentives to the majority of its citizens, so that it can mobilize the considerable potential that it has, rather than letting it go to waste.
You can watch the full report of the conference by going to civilnet.am.
We often report about Azeris opening fire at Armenians across the border. On Thursday, it happened again. This time, it happened when the border with Hadrut was being monitored by the OSCE, the group that's trying to resolve the border conflict. Ambassador Andrzej Kasperczyk, the personal representative of the OSCE chairman in office, decided to suspend the monitoring for security reasons. The OSCE Minsk group CoChairs issued a statement on the incident, quote, "This exceptional and regrettable incident undermines the work of these individuals and of the personal representative and his team, as well as the ceasefire agreement of May 1994. The co-chairs urge the relevant authorities to investigate it thoroughly and impartially." End of quote.
According to the commander of the aviation unit of the Russian military base in Armenia, Colonel Alexander Petrov, Russia will modernize its warplanes and deploy attack helicopters in Armenia. This is seen to be a move to increase Russian military presence in the country within the framework of the Collective Security Treaty Organization. And NATO says it's ready to deepen its cooperation with Armenia and to help the Republic carry out military defense reforms. James Aparturai, NATO Secretary General Special Representative for the South Caucasus and Central Asia, was in Armenia late last week. Aparturai underscored Armenia's contribution in Afghanistan and Kosovo, which he considered a clear demonstration that Armenia is committed to global security. He said that Armenia's continued partnership with NATO is not affected by its participation in the Collective Security Treaty Organization or its decision to join the customs union.
Scientists at the National Seismic Protection Service of Armenia recorded a magnitude 3.0 earthquake 20 kilometers north of Gyumri on Friday. An aftershock registering 2.5 magnitude was registered several hours later. The seismic activity happened 10 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface, and it measured at magnitude of 4 at the epicenter. The earthquake was felt in cities of Artik and Gyumri.
Late last week, here at CivilNet, we noticed that Tumanyan Street, where our office is located, was undergoing road renovations. Initially unaffected, we then realized that the city was tearing apart a perfectly good road and repaving it for reasons that were unclear. Our reporter Arpi Makhsutian prepared a report to try and shed light on this decision by city officials. You can watch the report by following the link on your screen.
The monastic complex of Harin reopened on Saturday after an extensive restoration project. The renovations were made possible through a generous donation by His Excellency Sheikh Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi III, the ruler of the Sharjah Emirate and member of the UAE Supreme Council. Taking part in the opening ceremonies of the historic complex was Chaderjian II, Supreme Patriarch and Catholicos of all Armenians, Speaker of the National Assembly Hovik Abrahamyan, and representatives of Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, Hamid Dia Jafar. Representatives from the Armenian community in the UAE also attended. Harin is a 13th century monastery located in the Tavushmars of Armenia.
Armenia's Writers' Union has a new president. On Sunday, October 20th, Edward Milidonian was elected as the union's new president following the death of Levon Ananyan, who passed away on September 2nd. Ananyan had led the Writers' Union since 2001. Milidonian is a writer of children's books. He has published 29 books, including a collection of poems in Armenian and Russian. The Writers' Union of Armenia was founded in August 1934 simultaneously with the USSR Union of Writers. And Paul, here is a quick look at the exchange rates for today.
The Central Bank of Armenia says the dollar is worth 406 dirhams and 90 luma. 658 dirhams and 90 luma is what you get for the British pound.
And the euro buys you 556 dirhams and 59 luma, and the ruble buys you 12 dirhams and 76 luma. It's going to be a sunny and beautiful day here in Yerevan and in Gyumri. The high in the capital will be 18, and in our second largest city, it'll be 10 with a chilly overnight of -2.
Rain is in the forecast for Stepanakert with a high of 13, and in our ancient western Armenian city of Erzurum from my grandmother's family, it's overcast with a high of 14. That is our digest for this Monday.
We want to hear from you. Our email address is english@civilnet.am.
See you tomorrow.